Hi, this is David Birch at Sarpath School of Navigation in Seattle with a quick note on the racing properties of several print-on-demand charts. Years ago, when these first came out, this was an issue, but it looks like for the most part it's solved. But let's just take a quick look for proof. So here's a plain piece of paper. That's our benchmark test case. That's a number 2 pencil. The eraser we're using is a Pentel click eraser, and then that erases that. So that's a plain piece of paper. That just erases just fine. And now we can go back to history. Let's go back in history. Okay, so here is an old lithographic chart. Here's an old lithographic chart, and let's do that. These notoriously just erase just fine. This is a number 2 pencil, lead, and you see that erases just fine. Okay, that's that number. And so the lithograph's okay, plain paper obviously okay. Now we start, and here is it's actually a pretty nice chart. I don't think I want to ruin this one, but I'll draw up here. It's all the same, yeah. Well, now I'll just put it on here and then erase it. That's the idea. Okay, so this is a lithograph from one company. There's a line like that, perfectly good navigation line, and then I erase it, and it's using up some eraser, but it definitely erases just fine. Okay, that's that. Let me get these up. Take this down. I'll push it over here. Now this is another, and this is another regular print-on-demand. These are regular stock, nothing special, and that's one company. This is now another company, and here's a navigation line, perfectly good as we might navigate, and then we come in and erase that. It's taken me. It's not quite. This one's not quite as good. But that's that. That's a second company. So you see, those two are not exactly the same. So that gives you something to check. And now let me go to, here is another one, a third company. You go online to the NOAA website and you'll see a list of all the companies that are official printers. These are so far 3 different printers. Let me come over here. I'm going to draw a line like that, perfectly good navigation line, and then try to erase that, and that goes pretty good. Well, yeah, that's good. I'd say that's good enough. And one of them there was a little bit weak. The others, those 2 look okay. Now what do we have is we have 2 charts here. 2 of the companies, or at least 2 of the companies, offer a waterproof version. And so these are 2 different companies, and here's their waterproof version of one company. And so the idea is here, these, and also people change their printing, change their papers, things change. It just means that you may want to check some of this. It's not immediately obvious. So here's a perfectly good navigation line. That's all I would need to write on my chart. I may put, a little circle or, something like that. But anyway, now let's see what this is. And this is the one called waterproof paper. And it's shiny on the back, and they cost more. They cost a little more. So look at that. That really, I can't do much more in this amount of time. But that is a little bit weak on the eraser. Sort of like the issue back to the old plain papers used to be this way. But anyway, that's an issue there on the waterproof. Here is another waterproof one from a company, different company, that offers waterproof. Let's put a line on here. There's a line on that chart right here. And totally different company, paper, waterproof, and they're shiny on the back, usually. And later we're going to test the waterproof, because we're going to take all these charts we've been working with, we're going to soak them in salt water and then dry them and see if we can iron them and get them straight and working again. Okay, so look, that's a little bit of a disappointment on that. So that means if you're using waterproof charts, you may want to check erasing and then see if you can erase your marks. Then here's now not all companies, but some companies order a Tyvek. Now these are bulletproof charts here. You could make your shirt out of this. You could sew up and make your clothes, take it to the laundry or a place that has seamstress and make your shirt. But anyway, it's let's see how it works. There's a line. Now they don't even draw that well, but I can actually erase pretty well. So the Tyvek, besides being bulletproof, you couldn't tear this. You could probably lift a truck with it. Definitely erases better than the waterproof, but they're expensive. The waterproof goes up; they're more expensive than the regular, and the Tyvek goes up even more. And so that's that. So that's what I wanted to say about that. I think that's all the charts we have to test. And we'll put a note online somewhere about the POD charts in general and how they're used. Okay, that's the end.